And if you're hunting around for a good value smartwatch that still looks great and doesn't compromise on those smart features, then you can't go far wrong with a bit of TicWatch action. The TicWatch C2 Plus is an updated version of last year's excellent TicWatch C2, boasting the same gorgeous stainless steel bezels and all those great features that you'd expect, including built-in GPS, NFC for your Google Pay support, all that shenanigans. So let's give the TicWatch C2 Plus a full unboxing, go through all of the specs, the hardware and that Wear OS software as well, and then I'm also going to deliver my final verdict after a few days of use on the performance and the battery life. And for more on the latest greatest tech, please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers. So first up, let's see what we have in this big white box, and it is of course the TicWatch itself in all of its splendor. Let's just pop that aside for a bit. You also get a quick start guide, of course, which is nice and simple and straightforward, and then the proper dedicated user guide, which is a proper chunky monkey, but then it is in about 1 million different languages. And you also have the TicWatch C2 Plus's proprietary charging dock. Looks like the standard TicWatch one, to be perfectly fair, so you can't just plug the USB cable direct into the watch. You have to sit the watch on this in order to charge it up. And there's no actual adapter included, so you'll have to either provide your own or else just plug the dock into a laptop or whatever else you've got with the USB port on it. And then we also have this mysterious black box in there, and that's actually got a spare strap in it, which is great to see. So let's just disentangle the TicWatch from its housing here. And there we have it in all of its glory. Now I've got to say, I really do like the TicWatch C2 Plus design. Some of the more basic TicWatches, they are quite affordable, but they are also rather plasticky, it has to be said, whereas the TicWatch C2 Plus still comes in at under that £200 price point, and yet you get this gorgeous stainless steel bezel, which just adds a nice premium touch to it. And the premium feel is definitely helped along as well by these proper genuine leather straps which come attached to the TicWatch C2 Plus, as you can see there. And this is the 20mm size of strap. You can also pick up the TicWatch C2 Plus with 18mm straps instead. And as you can see there, like most smartwatches, they are interchangeable straps as well. So you just gotta get your fingernails in, switch this little doohickey like so. And then the bundled spare strap is actually a silicone strap here as well with a bit of TicWatch branding, as you can see there. So you've got your genuine leather strap for your night out on the town, whenever we start having nights out on the town again, and then your silicone strap, perfect for a bit of exercise if you're just going to be rocking it in the shower, stuff like that. So I'm just quickly trying on that silicone strap just to see how it looks and feels. I think I might have got it a little bit tight actually. Let me just pare that down a little bit, try the next notch. There we go, that's better. And certainly the strap itself, nice and soft and luxurious feeling against the skin. I'm liking that very much. I think that'll be a very comfortable one to sport day in, day out. Let's just get those leather bands back on though, why not? Live with a bit of luxury, of course. And this is the onyx colour option, but you can also snaffle the TicWatch C2 Plus in platinum at this 20mm size. Otherwise, if you want to drop to the 18mm size, your only colour option is rose gold. And that stainless steel finish doesn't go all the way around to the back. That's an aluminium backing right there, but it's stainless steel where it counts, and it's fully IP68 water and dust resistant as well. So you'll be able to rock this thing in the shower, in the pool, whatever. Probably don't take it into the sea because salt water tends to not play well with technology. The TicWatch C2 Plus is booting up. I'll just download the Wear OS app onto my phone and then we're ready to go. So you will need the Wear OS app if you want to actually set up the smartwatch and make full use of all of those smart features. Thankfully it is free to grab on the Google Play Store and also on Apple's App Store. And then setting up is nice and simple. Basically just follow the instructions, get all set up with the correct language so you can actually understand everything that's being said. Agree to all the T's and C's bollocks, and then yep, here we go. It's already been identified by the app, and there you have it. Simple as that. Right, skip ahead in time a few days. I've been using the TicWatch C2 Plus full time. I've had it slapped there on my wrist, and so far I've got to say I am rather enjoying it. It's not quite perfect, but definitely for the price offers a strong all-round smartwatch experience. Now, if you're not familiar with Google's Wear OS, it's very straightforward. It gives you fast access to basically all of the information you require, and it gets a little bit of hate from some quarters, but you know what? I find it absolutely fine. It's very simple and straightforward. If you haven't used it before, basically you swipe down the screen in order to access your settings and various other quick toggles. Swipe to the right in order to access the Google Assistant. It's actually got full OK Google voice support as well if you activate the microphone to listen in full time. Otherwise, you can just give that a little tap and then say, "What's the weather like tomorrow?" And of course, you don't have a built-in speaker here on the TicWatch C2 Plus, so you don't get any voice feedback, but you can read the answer right there on the screen. If you swipe down from the main watch screen, you'll be able to access all of your notifications, which you can respond to with a quick tap. So for instance, emails and everything, you can archive them, delete them, or you can actually respond right here on the watch face. And then finally, if you swipe this way across the screen, you've got access to what is known as your various tiles, which is fully customizable via the app. Just click on the tile section and you can set up exactly what you'll see when you're flicking your way across the display. So as you can see, you've got a variety of options, including lots of health-based stuff like a constant pulse check-in, how many steps you've done. You can also get the likes of your next event in your calendar as well if you want to stay on top of your day. But as you can see there, you've got a limit of 5 tiles at once. You can't add any more than that, I guess, because it would take so long to bloody swipe between them all. And you do have a small selection of watch faces that you can choose between here on the TicWatch C2 Plus as default as well. As you can see, you've got a bit of forged gold with its funky moon design. Definitely super swank. You've got my preferred option, which is the gentleman, naturally. And as you can see, you can tap that little cog and you can just choose between a black or a white finish for it. And of course, you've got the standard selection of Wear OS watch faces to choose between as well. A good selection of a good variety between the analog and the digital stuff. And of course, you're free to download any fresh new ones as well from the Google Play Store. And speaking of the Google Play Store, as well as having Bluetooth 4.1 connectivity on here, you've also got full Wi-Fi support built into the watch as well. Like most modern smartwatches, you can actually download apps directly through the Google Play Store from the watch without having to go through the phone. And you've got a strong selection of apps there on the Google Play Store these days for your smartwatch, including plenty of third-party support. You've got lots of fitness tracking, you've got lots of media efforts like Spotify, stuff like that, so you've got direct control over your media, although you do have that built into Wear OS as standard anyway. And you get the standard selection of apps pre-installed there on the TicWatch C2 Plus as well, including of course a good bit of fitness tracking via the likes of Google Fit, got the Google Workout, you've got Google Pay because you've got full NFC support here on the TicWatch C2 Plus as well. So you can actually just do a bit of that whenever you want to pay instead of having to get your card out of your wallet. And of course, as usual, Mobvoi has added the TicWatch apps as well, including Tic Exercise, Tic Health and Tic Pulse, which are just complementary to those Google Fit ones. You can load up the full list of apps in a jiffy with just a quick tap of this top button, like so. Scroll through them using those touch controls, and the bottom button actually acts as a quick shortcut to your favorite app, which by default is just the Tic Health app. And can I just say that I have actually just reset the watch and hooked it up to another smartphone because I just got the Xperia 1 Mark II in, so I haven't actually done 0 steps today. I'm not that lazy. But if you dive on into the settings here on the TicWatch C2 Plus, you can customize exactly which app is launched. Go into personalization and then customize hardware buttons and then give that a little tap and you can choose whichever of your apps that are installed that you prefer. And like the original TicWatch C2, you once again get a stunning 1.3-inch AMOLED display here. It's absolutely stunning stuff. 360 by 360 resolutions. You'll have no problem seeing even that tiny little text. It's all clearly legible and nice and bright on that top brightness level as well. This is actually one of the lowest brightnesses just to avoid screwing with the camera lens. But if you bump it right the way up, again just by going into the settings, going here, you can tap it all the way up to that top level and it is absolutely eye-searing, as you can see there. No worries seeing that even on a very sunny day. The only problem is there's no auto brightness functionality here on the TicWatch C2 Plus. You will have to manually tweak it if you do find that you're struggling a bit. And as you can see there, you do have an option of an always on display as well if you want to be able to see what the time is at any point without having to do that whole awkward raise to wake effort. So that's great to see. My only complaint with the screen is that the sensitivity seems just that little bit off. Occasionally you'll tap the screen or you'll swipe it and nothing will really happen, or sometimes you'll swipe it and it'll end up bringing up the notifications when you actually wanted to bring up the Google Assistant, like I just had exactly there. How convenient. So it can be a little bit frustrating at times, especially when you're just trying to quickly get to a certain screen, certain bit of information, and you're actually struggling to get there. And no trouble with the fitness tracking side of things though. You got built-in GPS there if you're going to be doing a bit of jogging, something like that, and you want to track your exact motions. You've got a heart rate monitor which can be set to monitor your pulse 24 hours a day as well, and that seems perfectly accurate. And while yeah, I've definitely been struggling a bit with the screen sensitivity, I've had no problems with the performance on the TicWatch C2 Plus. It's actually using the same Snapdragon Wear 2100 chipset as the original C2. It hasn't been upgraded to the fresher 3100 unfortunately, but the RAM has been boosted now, so you get a full gigabyte of RAM unlike the half a gig you got on the original model, and that seems to have made a difference. Everything is super quick. When you push those buttons, get an instant response. Apps load up nice and quick as well. So definitely very impressed with the performance here on the C2 Plus. As for the battery, once again, like the old C2, it's a 400 milliamp cell stuffed inside, and basically that means you're going to be charging it every single night, especially if you're using features like the always on display and that good bit of 24-hour heart rate monitoring. I did try scraping 2 full days out of it with very minimal use, literally just checking the time, checking notifications, that was about it. But even then, by the bedtime on the second day, it had already ticked into the emergency mode where you can basically tell the time time by pressing a button, and that's pretty much it. And that right there is my full final verdict on the TicWatch C2 Plus after having it slapped on my arm for about a week or so. As you can see, it feels quite premium in a lot of respects considering that low asking price. Certainly if you're looking for a good dependable smartwatch on a budget, it'll do the job. A few little issues like the screen sensitivity did put me off and meant the Fossil watch is still a little bit better in my own personal opinion, but again it's also a more expensive device too. So please do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Poke subscribe, ding that notifications bell, all that other YouTube bollocks, yada yada yada, and have yourselves a lovely week, people. Cheers everyone, love you.